Dear friends, today we will discuss acidic and basic hydrolysis of esters. So let us first see what hydrolysis means. So this is some ester molecule RCOOR dash. Now if we add water to it, so that is called hydrolysis reaction addition of water. So they will form carboxylic acids plus alcohols. So this is your acid, carboxylic acid, and this is alcohol, and this is esters. Now we know that esters are quite stable and their reactivity towards nucleophilic substitution is not as good as acid chlorides and anhydrides, and moreover water is a weak nucleophile. So without catalyst this reaction is quite slow. This will occur but it will take a lot of time to complete this reaction, and moreover this is an equilibrium reaction, but we can increase the rate of reaction by using acidic or basic catalysis. So we can increase the rate of reaction by using any mineral acid. We will represent it as H positive, or we can use some base, some alkali like OH negative. So these will increase the rate of reaction. So if we use acid catalyst, then it is called acidic hydrolysis of ester, and if we carry out the reaction using a base catalyst, then we call it a basic hydrolysis of ester. So we will discuss one by one both of these two mechanisms, and basic hydrolysis is also called saponification of ester. So we will learn why it is called saponification reaction. So let us first discuss acidic hydrolysis. uh, yeah, let us first discuss acidic hydrolysis. Now we will also learn what is the function of acid catalysis here. So I will take a general example, RCOOR dash plus water. So in the presence of some acid catalyst, some mineral acid, so it will form RCOOH plus R dash OH, and this is a under acidic condition, this is a equilibrium reaction, because under similar conditions carboxylic acids and alcohols they react back to give you esters. It is an equilibrium reaction, so we can increase the yield of these products by increasing the amount of water. So higher amount of water will derive the reaction to forward direction, and we will get more carboxylic acids and alcohol. So the thing to gain here is that it is an equilibrium reaction. Now let us discuss its mechanism, and we will also see how acid catalyst uh, it helps esters to undergo this nucleophilic substitution reaction more easily. So the first step in this is acid catalyzed. The first step is acid catalyzed addition of nucleophile. As we know that this substitution is composed of two parts, addition and elimination, and both of these two steps they are catalyzed by acids. This is acid catalyzed addition of nucleophile, and nucleophile in today is water. So let us see, let us draw ester molecule R C O O R dash. First step is protonation plus H positive. So here protonation will occur, and this is a reversible step, this protonation. So what we get is R C double bond OH positive O R dash. Now this is resonance stabilized like this. So we can draw its resonating structures like R C O H O R dash positive. Now you can see that the attack of this proton, it has increased the electrophilic character of this carbon. So it has now higher electrophilic character. Now if it has a higher electrophilic character, then even the weak nucleophiles like water, they can attack now. So next step I will show the attack of nucleophile water. So that is the function of acid catalyst. It increases the electrophilic character, or we can say it makes this carbon more electrophilic. Now the weak nucleophiles, they can attack. Now you can show attack either of these two resonance hybrid. You can either show here like this, or you can also show like this. So both are correct. It is up to you wherever you can show. So I will form the product in the next step. So what we get is R C O H O R dash O H positive. So that is the thing that we will be getting once the water attacks here. So the next step will be your removal of proton. So what will happen, water, it will abstract a proton from here, and we will get this tetrahedral intermediate, and the intermediate is RCOH OR dash. So this is the tetrahedral intermediate, so formed after the addition of, this is the first addition. Now for substitution we have to do the second step also. The second step is that is also catalyzed by acid. This is acid catalyzed elimination of leaving group. Of leaving group, and we have discussed in my previous lecture that even though R dash O is a very strong base, alkoxide ion is very strong base, even then in these reactions it can act as a good leaving group, that we have discussed in my previous lecture. So you can watch that lecture. Now let us see the tetrahedral intermediate RC. First let us draw this intermediate OR dash. Now upon protonation, the first step is protonation. What we get, RC OH OH OR dash H positive. Here you will get this protonation. So what will happen in the next step, this group will leave. Now let us show, it will come here and this will leave. So what we will be getting is that we will get R C double bond OH positive OH plus R dash OH. So we have made one product, alcohols. So next step you all can guess, there will be deprotonation. So what will happen, the water molecule, it will abstract a proton from here, and what we will get is, we will get the second product, carboxylic acid. So these are the products that are formed. So this is the overall mechanism, the acid catalyzed hydrolysis of ester, and it is composed of two steps. First is acid catalyzed addition of nucleophile, and then second is acid catalyzed elimination of leaving group. Both these steps are catalyzed by acids. Now one thing very interesting here is that you can see from this mechanism, this carbon oxygen bond, it gets cleaved. So if I have to write here once again, RCOOH plus water, so it is this bond that, so this is OR dash ester, sorry, yes, so this is this bond, it gets cleaved. We get the product as RCOOH plus R dash OH. So this mechanism shows that the bond between carbon and alkoxide group, here is the bond that gets cleaved. So we can also prove this to validate our mechanism. We can use isotopic tracer studies. Uh, so what we will do, we will label one of these oxygens. So what we do is that we use a labeled oxygen 18 labeled carboxylic acid. Now if we add water to it, then it was found that in the products, this O18, it was a part of alcohol, not carboxylic acid, RCOOH plus R dash OH. This was observed experimentally that this labeled oxygen, it went to alcohol. So it is only possible if this bond gets cleaved, and from this mechanism also you can see this bond is getting cleaved. So that is why we can validate this mechanism using these isotopic tracer studies. And this mechanism, earlier you might have come across Fischer esterification. This mechanism is exactly the reverse of Fischer esterification. Reverse of Fischer esterification. This is exactly the reverse of Fischer esterification. We have discussed this mechanism in carboxylic acids, reactions of carboxylic acids and alcohols. So that is acid catalyzed hydrolysis of esters. Now let us move to base catalyzed hydrolysis of esters, which is also called saponification. Base catalyzed hydrolysis of esters, this is also called saponification reaction. So what happens here, we have a carboxylic acid RCOOR dash derivative ester. This is ester. If we add some alkali NaOH base catalyzed reaction, we get sodium salt of carboxylic acid, sodium carboxylate plus R dash OH, and this reaction is not a reversible reaction, it is irreversible reaction. The reaction is irreversible. It is not like acid catalysis, which was reversible reaction. So it is a irreversible reaction. That is why base catalyzed hydrolysis of esters is preferred if we have to hydrolyze these esters. And these are called sodium salts. Sodium salts, if we use sodium salts of carboxylic acid, and if we have a long chain carboxylic acid, here I will show you example later. If we have long chain carboxylic acid, then it is called a fatty acid. Long chain carboxylic acid is called fatty acid, and sodium salt of a fatty acid, sodium salt of fatty acid, that is soap. They act as soap. That is why here these acts as soap. That is why this is called a saponification reaction. Now I have to give you one reason why this reaction is not reversible. One thing is this carboxylate anion is resonance stabilized. So when we will do the mechanism, then I will just explain you why this is a irreversible reaction. Now let us write its mechanism. Now here the nucleophile will be OH negative. This is a strong nucleophile, so it can attack directly to the carbonyl carbon of ester. So let us write ester molecule RCOOR dash. So the first step is addition of nucleophile, okay, or we can say attack. Addition of nucleophile, that is our first step of this mechanism, plus OH negative, so it will attack this carbon here, so what we will get is RC O negative OH OR dash. Second step is elimination of the leaving group. This is a standard mechanism. Elimination of leaving group. So we can write here RCO negative OH OR dash. So this comes here. So we get RCO OH plus OR dash negative. So the third step is proton exchange, or we can say proton transfer. That is the highly exothermic step, and this step is highly exothermic, which makes this reaction highly irreversible. So what happens, this carboxylic acid we can write like this. So this alkoxide ion, it abstract a proton from here, so it is a highly exothermic step. We get a carboxylate ion plus alcohol. This is a highly exothermic reaction. The reason being that these carboxylate ions, they are more stable than these alkoxide ion. The reason is resonance. So I will write the resonating structures here. RCO O negative. So these are quite stable by these resonating structures. If you write resonating structures, we have two identical resonating structures of these carboxylate ions. Because of this resonance, these are quite stable, so this reaction is quite exothermic, so which makes this reaction irreversible. So that is your mechanism of a base catalyzes hydrolysis of ester. Here also the carbon oxygen bond gets cleaved, and we can prove it using isotopic tracer studies or isotopic labeling studies. Now I would just like to talk a little bit of saponification. As I have told you, it is also called saponification reaction. If we have some, you can say, saponification means the making of the soap. If we have a fat, let us say you use any fat, and I have already discussed in my previous lecture of transesterification that fats, they are triglycerides, so triesters of glycerol. Suppose we have this any general fat, then we have CH. I am just drawing any randomly, you can say, fat. Fat is also called a triglyceride. It is animal fat. Okay, it is a fat. Any fat, it is generally triglyceride. It is an ester of a long chain carboxylic acid. We can say fatty acids. So ester of this long chain carboxylic acid, which is also called fatty acid. Now if we add base to it, what we will get first here, uh, this alcohol and this carbon oxygen bond, it gets cleaved here. These bonds gets cleaved here. We get glycerol as one product. Glycerol plus 3 molecules of long chain plus 3, I will write here 3 long chain fatty acid. O Na positive. So these molecules are called, this is long chain fatty acid, sodium salt of fatty acid. Fatty acids are nothing long chain carboxylic acid and sodium salts of fatty acids, they are called soap. And soaps, they act as detergents, they are surface active agents. So that is how soaps are made. Alkaline hydrolysis of fats and oils, so they will give you soap. Soap is nothing but sodium salt of fatty acid. Fatty acid is long chain carboxylic acid. So that was all for today regarding hydrolysis of esters under acidic and basic conditions. So thank you very much for your kind attention.